Well, good morning, Mike, and welcome to Play Handball Conversations. My name is Simpiwe Mahlanyana, but people know me as Sim, and I'm the project coordinator for South Africa. You probably do know Carol, who's a project coordinator for Kenya. And yeah, so it's always nice to, since COVID came, things have gone virtual. We are talking online, and the more we're doing things virtually, the more we're meeting people that we wouldn't have met if it was contact. So I'm happy that you're at the moment sitting in Kenya and I'm sitting in South Africa, and yet we're able to communicate in real time. So that is really good. How are you today?
I'm very fine. Thank you for the call. Looking forward to a good interactive meeting.
Great, awesome. So,
Yes.
Mike, these conversations are really for us to get to understand how our partner organizations are doing pre, during, and hopefully post-COVID. And so I'd like
Yes.
just to know generally, what is the current situation now in Kenya in relation to COVID-19?
Yes. We are all aware that when COVID came, it disrupted everything. Right from the basic things that we are organizing at our center, the sports activities, the education element, and basically we closed down the shop. And then what we did is that we came up with short-term interventions, like for instance, giving food to the needy families who are not able to, be able to get food. And then we also came up with what we call the catch-up support, something just to enable the students to come in together. They were being mentored, they were being supported, so that they do not drift away from learning. So we kept them on their feet. And this ran from the month of June up to the month of December. So just helping us to prepare for post-COVID, and also the reopening. So we were happy when the government announced the opening of schools in the beginning of the month of January. And so most of the students went back to school, and then we were all looking forward to get started. But then, of course, there are a lot of government guidelines. You cannot go to the school environment if you're not a student and if you're not a teacher. So then that meant that we could not continue with our sporting, especially the sporting activities in schools. So post-COVID has been quite a challenge still, because there are areas that we cannot go yet as an organization, though we have opened up our center. Where the students are able to come, they receive the mentorship support. That one is still continuing. But then the sporting one we are still in discussion with the local administration, with schools, and hopefully we'll have our very first football clinic this Saturday, actually, tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Tomorrow, oh, that's nice. Okay.
Yeah, so we can say it's opening up before we can kickstart the league.
Okay, so I just want to get a bit of clarity, because when you spoke earlier, you said that you had to close down. Does that close down meaning shut down for good, or it was just for the period?
It was just for the period of COVID, and especially when the government gave out strict guidelines that no public space was to be utilized. There was no way for people to gather. And you can clearly see that the kind of activities that we organize, most of it involves gathering, it involves interactions and all that. Yes, basically that.
Okay, and my next question you've partly answered, because I was going to ask you in terms of handball. Have you been playing any handball? And you've already said that no sports. So have you tried any interventions using handball, maybe for social distancing or something like that?
Well, yeah, what we did was after the online play handball training that was organized to our leaders and especially the coaches, we used that for like a month, just as a sensitization measure, where we were reminding young people about social distancing, hand washing, wearing up your masks and all that. And also we distributed a lot of flyers and posters. just to ensure that we keep the young people active, engaged, and we were able to meet up with them. But then we could not continue further, because as soon as that happens, then all the kids came back. And then that caused again another uproar from the administration.
Yeah.
So we had to stop again. And then we had to wait. Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So but now, since now the post-COVID, when we introduced handball through Play Handball to 4 schools.
Okay.
And these are one is a primary school, the other 3 are all secondary schools.
Okay.
So yeah. So we still have the plan to go back again to the schools.
Okay.
Because they benefited a lot, and they have been asking, how can we continue?
Okay.
So we can see that is still a window of opportunity there.
Okay. So in South Africa at the moment, we're on level 1. The president announced this past Sunday, meaning that the economy is quite open, but we still need to wear masks, sanitize, and sort of stay away if you're feeling any of the symptoms. Where are you with lockdown in Kenya at the moment?
The government opened up, but we still have a curfew. Okay. So it is from 6 up to 10 o'clock in the night. And after that, everything is closed down. So the only people who are allowed to operate are essential services. And so if you are not within the category of essential service, then you are barred from walking around, traveling, and all that. So 10 o'clock is the cut-off time. But nevertheless, you need to sanitize, you need to wear your mask, especially when you're in a public space. If you're sick, you have to stay away. If you feel fever, and of course, if you found to be positive of COVID, then there are other measures. The families have been informed or sensitized not to discriminate or distance yourself from your family members. You need to support them. Yes. So that then the recovery, it becomes quicker.
Yeah.
So that one is still on, and we are really keen on that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Great. I believe over a year ago now, Jasper, our German volunteer, came to Juja to introduce handball. And so how obviously he came, COVID came, and things had to stop. But have you seen any attitudinal changes with the youth, with the children, after Jasper came to introduce Play Handball in Juja? Or is it, it's still the same, nothing changed?
Well, he did a tremendous job. He left a mark, I must say that. And actually, citing one school that he was almost being taken in as the school coach.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, and he followed the school up to what we would call the county level competition. So that was a very big mark to us. And so what I can say is that one was the introductory was not easy, because there was a question of attitude. It was from the boys who felt that it looked like a girl's game, not a boy's thing.
Okay.
So that was the starting point. So one was to enable boys or young men to also see that this is still another opportunity to participate in sports. That was one entry. And so we used, and that's why it was easier for us to go to schools, and especially the secondary schools. So they embraced it, especially the teachers, and then they introduced that into the schools. And now it ended up becoming like a pivotal sport that they feel that they want to continue with it as an alternative sport, because one, it only required a very small space, minimal equipment, so we feel that is something that we will pursue. When we are now coming up with a sports program. So he did a very, very, very good job. Yes.
Yeah, and I guess handball is different in a sense that for play handball, we play in mixed teams. So we break societal norms, what people
Sure.
expect a team to be, because we play mixed ages, well, not mixed ages, but like one level of age group, but mixed teams, and that makes it inclusive.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Sure.
my next question for you, what would resumption of sporting activities mean for you and for your organization?
One, I would say that we are identified as a sporting organization in Juja.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Organizing an all year round sports league in football, which involves 34 teams.
Oh,
And
wow.
this is from under 12 up to over 16. So we feel that 2020 we had a lot of plans, but with COVID, then it meant that we had to stop everything. So now going back for now 2021, we can clearly see that the demand of going back to football or the demand to going back to organizing sports is actually huge, because by yesterday we had 40 teams registered for the league.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and we can clearly see that now the ones who are to play in under 14, they are now in under 16. And they feel that they did not accomplish much last year, so they want to do the same for this year. So we can clearly see that the demand, the enthusiasm, the will for young people is still there. So for the organization, it's we can clearly see that we need to organize what we call like capacity building in terms of organizing for the sports events, which will also include the handball. And then we can see that the league will run all the way up to the month of November.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So,
and since things are gradually going back to something that looks like normal, because I don't think anytime soon we'll go back to normal. Instead, we're creating a new normal. What measures have you put in place to ensure everyone is safe?
Yeah, good. One of the key things that we have done is we have procured reusable masks, face masks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we have distributed these to like all the students who participate in all the organized activities at our center. And then secondly is that whenever, like now we'll have a football clinic tomorrow, we will have water points where they will need to wash their hands. And then we have sanitizers in every corner, just to ensure that if peradventure you're not able to get to where the water point is, then you are able to sanitize your hands. And then we have posters and flyers clearly marked out, so that then the participants are consciously, or they are aware that you still need to keep up all these protective measures. So that in case there is anyone who has an exposure, then you will not be able to transmit this. And then also, so that is at the sporting field. At the center is also the same. And one of the key things that we did during the COVID period in the month of August, we trained young people on how to make liquid soap. So that if you don't have money to buy, then you can actually
make your own.
You can make your own.
Oh, wow.
So up to 20 liters, and you can use that for a very, very long time. So we make sure that at the center, when you come in, we check your temperature. You have to wash your hands, you have to sanitize. And then, but it sometimes it's very challenging, I must say, to keep social distance.
True, because it's a sporting center.
Yes, exactly. So the interaction is still there, but of course you have to keep on reminding these young people that, hey, just remember this, remember that.
Yes.
To ensure that you're safe.
Yeah. Interesting, quite interesting. I'm interested in the creation of liquid soap. Is there a video that you could share that you took maybe or any documentation of this, because I'm interested for myself, but I'm also thinking for our own beneficiaries here in South Africa, it would be interesting.
It will be good. So what I can do, we don't have a video for that.
Okay.
But since we'll be doing the next soap making next week.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I promise that we will take a video with all these components together and then share this with you.
Thank you so much. We'd really appreciate that. I'm sure we'd find space somewhere in the newsletter to include that. But just get the consent from the participants so that we don't show someone's face and the parents are unhappy. And my last question for you really is, with COVID having striked and sort of skewed everything, are there any opportunities that have presented themselves in the new normal life for your organization?
Yes. Well, one of the key opportunities that has come up, you know, we have been organizing the catch-up support. And we have been, you know, the parents, they have been very enthusiastic and supportive as well. And the feedback that we have received from the parents is that the catch-up support enabled the student to kind of, in a way, get back to the normal learning so easily. You know, they didn't find any difficulties and all that. So we have endeavored to look for organizations that can partner with us so that we can also now support the students in school. You know, like paying school fees or buying scholastic materials and all that. And I'm so happy to report that there is one organization from Sweden, and that is from an anonymous donor who are willing to pay school fees to 50 students.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
You
That's amazing.
They were following up what we were writing up on Instagram, and then they got so interested, and so they say they would want to support for the needy students who have issues or challenges with paying school fees. They want to come in and be able to offer a bursary support.
Oh wow!
So yeah, so we are that's an opportunity, something that we had not thought of, but now because of COVID and the challenges that families and parents went through, then an opportunity has come up. Wow. And then the other opportunity that we can clearly see is that the schools they don't have enough human resource, especially when it comes to like organizing sports. And since Pendo Amani has been able to develop the capacity of young volunteers, so we want to work with the schools to be able to attach some of our key volunteers in the sporting environment to be able to work together with the schools. You know, and that would mean that we will need to inject a little bit more of human resource and capacity. But we will endeavor to support schools on that. Oh
wow! Well done for the anonymous donations, and for all the new opportunities. What is your organizational dream for 2021 amidst all of what's happening?
Yes, 2021 for us, we want to establish a girls-only football league and handball.
Okay.
That's our dream. And that is an opportunity that actually also came out of the COVID period, because the girls, they were all saying, you're only playing sports with boys only. But I say, no, the arena is open for all gender, but then if there is willingness, then why not? So we did a small championship in December, and the attendance was enormous for the girls. Wow. And so they challenged us as an organization. So we feel that we need to establish a girls-only football and handball league, which we are, I must say that we are underway. I'm now fundraising for the goalposts.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, because I got uniforms.
Oh, wow, okay. That's nice.
So I'm now fundraising for the handball, for the goalposts, and then the handballs will follow. So that's the dream for 2021.
Great. And with us as well, Play Handball, we always support our partners however way we can. And
Sure.
since things have stopped now, we're not getting only of the equipment from, from Germany, but as
Sure.
things gradually open, we will put you
Sure.
on our list and we'll see how we could support you in the future. But yeah, well done and good luck with the girls team. It sounds like it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but I think you can do it. If there is demand, you just need to supply, I guess.
For sure. Yes.
Yeah.
We are really looking forward to that.
Are there any questions you've got for me or anything else you'd like to say to people who will be watching this video?
Okay, for me is to really want to extend a hand of gratitude to Play Handball. One is because of the introduction of handball in the community. When we had the first meeting, we were not so certain where we will start. But then we started and we managed, and we really appreciate the volunteer who came to be together with us, just for that. And then secondly is Play Handball came in with food support, one to our local volunteers and then to the families. And that one was more of an eye-opener, and also it helped us to reach out to the most needy in the community. And lastly is that we look forward to continue working together, in promoting handball as a good sport, as a sport that will enable us to reach out to the young people. So, and then also there was the integration element of environment.
Yes.
So I must say that also our young people, they are conscious of it, though we didn't get to do so much when it came to the element of environment, but we look forward to that as an entry into the future.
Great. Thank you so much, Mike, for your time. Thank you for opening your organizational doors for Play Handball. Thank you for letting us have a footprint in the communities you work with, especially in Juja. And we also look forward to continuing this amazing work that we do with you, with your organization, and with the communities in Kenya. So thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay, thank you very much. And you too. And pass our regards to all the Play Handball members.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks, Mike.
Bye.
Bye.